Laugh away, but I know what I'm talking about. I've often watched my face in the glass.
In the glass? How beastly of them. They've removed everything in the least resembling a glass. Anyhow, I can assure you I'm not frightened. Not that I take my position lightly. I realize the gravity only too well, but I'm not afraid.
That's your affair. Must you be here all the time? Or do you take a stroll outside now and then?
The door's locked.
Oh, that's too bad.
I can quite understand that it bores you having me here. And I too. Well, quite frankly, I'd rather be alone. I want to think things out, you know? To set my life in order, and one does that better by oneself. But I'm sure we'll manage to pull along together somehow. I'm no talker, I don't move much. In fact, I'm a peaceful sort of fellow, only, if I may venture on a suggestion, we should make a point of being extremely courteous to one another. That will ease the situation for us both.
I'm not polite.
Then I must be polite for two.
Your mouth.
I beg your pardon?
Can't you keep your mouth still? You keep twisting it all the time. It's grotesque.
So sorry, I wasn't aware of it.
That's just what I reproach you with. There you are. You talk about politeness, and you don't even try to control your face. Remember, you're not alone. You've no right to inflict the sight of your fear on me.
How about you? Aren't you afraid?
What would be the use? There was some point in being afraid before, while one still had hope.
There's no more hope, but it's still before. We haven't yet begun to suffer.
That's so. Well, what's going to happen?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
No, don't look up. I know what you're hiding behind your hands. I know you've no face left. What? But I don't know you.
I'm not the torturer, madam.
I never thought you were, I thought someone was trying to play a rather nasty trick on me. Is anyone else coming?
No, madam. No one else is coming.
Oh, then we're to stay by ourselves, the three of us. This gentleman, this lady, and myself.
There's nothing to be laughing about.
It's those sofas. They're so hideous. Just look how they've been arranged. It makes me think of New Year's Day when I used to visit that boring old aunt of mine, Aunt Mary. Her house is full of horror like that. I suppose each of us has a sofa of his own? Is that one mine? But you can't expect me to sit on that one. That would be too horrible for words. I'm in a pale blue, and it's vivid green.
Would you prefer mine?
That claret-colored one, you mean? That's very sweet of you, but really, no. I don't think it'd be so much better. What's the good of worrying, anyhow? We've got to take what comes to us, and I'll stick with the green one. The only one which might do at a pinch is that gentleman's.
Did you hear that, Mr. Garson?
Oh, the sofa you mean. So sorry. Please take it, madam.
Thanks. Well, as we're to live together, I suppose we'd better introduce ourselves. My name's Rigault, Estelle Rigault.
And I'm Inez Serrano. Very pleased to meet you.
Joseph Garson.
Do you require me any longer?
No, you can go. I'll ring you when I want you.
You're very pretty. I wish we had some flowers to welcome you with.
Flowers? Yes, I loved flowers. Only they'd fade so quickly here, wouldn't they? It's so stuffy. Oh well, the great thing is to keep as cheerful as we can. Don't you agree? Of course, you, too, are.
Yes. Last week. How about you?
I'm quite recent, yesterday. As a matter of fact, the ceremony's not quite over. The wind's blowing my sister's veil all over the place. She's trying her best not to cry. Come, dear, make another effort. That's better. 2 tears, 2 little tears are twinkling under the black veil. Oh dear, what a sight Olga looks this morning. She's holding my sister's arm, helping her along. She's not crying, and I don't blame her. Tears always mess one's face up, don't they? Olga was my bosom friend, you know.
Did you suffer much?
No, I was only half conscious mostly.
What was it?
Pneumonia. It's over now. They're leaving the cemetery. Goodbye, goodbye. Quite a crowd they are. My husband stayed at home, prostrated with grief, poor man. How about you?
The gas stove.
And you, Mr. Garson?
12 bullets through the chest.
Ew.
Oh.
Sorry, I fear I'm not good company among the dead.
Please, please don't use that word. It's so crude. It's terribly bad taste, really. It doesn't mean much anyhow. Somehow I feel we've never been so much alive as now. If we've absolutely got to mention this state of things, I suggest we call ourselves... Wait, absentees. Have you been absent for long?
About a month.
Where do you come from?
From Rio.
I'm from Paris. Have you anyone left down there?
Yes, my wife. She's waiting at the entrance of the barracks. She comes there every day, but they won't let her in. Now she's trying to peep between the bars. She doesn't yet know I'm absent, but she suspects it. Now she's going away. She's wearing her black dress. So much the better. She won't need to change. She isn't crying, but she never did cry anyhow. It's a bright, sunny day, and she's like a black shadow creeping down the empty street. Those big, tragic eyes of hers, with that martyred look they always had. Oh, how she got on my nerves.
Estelle.
Please, Mr. Garson.
What is it?
You're sitting on my sofa.
I beg your pardon?
You looked so far away. Sorry I disturbed you.
I was setting my life in order. You may laugh, but you'd do better to follow my example.
No need. My life's in perfect order. It tidied itself up nicely of its own accord, so I needn't bother about it now.
Really? You imagine it's so simple as that? Whew! How hot it is in here. Do you mind if...
How dare you? No, please don't. I loathe men in their shirt sleeves.
All right. Of course, I used to spend my nights in the newspaper office, and it was a regular black hole, so we never kept our coats on. Stifling hot it could be. Stifling, that is. It's night now.
That's so. Olga's undressing. It must be after midnight. How quickly time passes on Earth.
Yes, after midnight, they've sealed up my room. It's dark, pitch dark, and empty.
They've strung their coats on the backs of the chairs and rolled up their shirt sleeves above the elbow. The air stinks of men and cigar smoke. I used to like living among men in their shirt sleeves.
Well, in that case, our tastes differ. That's all it proves. What about you? Do you like men in their shirt sleeves?
Oh, I don't care much for men anyway.
Really? I can't imagine why they put us three together. It doesn't make sense.
What's that you said?
I'm looking at you two and thinking that we're going to live together. It's so absurd. I expected to meet old friends or relatives.
Yes, a charming old friend with a hole in the middle of his face.
Yes, him too. He danced the tango so divinely, like a professional. But why? Why should we, of all people, be put together?